Right here we have the newest smartwatch by Samsung and the newest by Apple, the Apple Watch SE2 and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5. Now, besides the obvious differences that one is only compatible with iOS and the other one with Android, let's find out today which one has more to offer, why would I choose one over the other, and what more differences are there. These two smartwatches are all the way on top of the food chain for a reason. So without further ado, let's get started. The biggest differences that you will find in these two watches is first the design and specs, and secondly the price. So let's go for the base small size Bluetooth version of both of these watches, the 40mm Bluetooth version of the Apple Watch SE2. That one comes in at a price of €300 on the official webpage, which is a great price for the features that you will get with this smartwatch. But the 40mm Bluetooth version of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 is even cheaper with just €250 right now, and I don't think any smartwatch can top that price for that quality that we get right here. Now, in case you do want to upgrade and get the bigger 44mm LTE version of those two watches, the Apple Watch is going to be a little bit cheaper with €369 compared to the €379 from Samsung. Alright, spec-wise, the Apple Watch SE2 has a 1.57-inch Retina OLED display with sapphire crystal back, glass front, and an aluminum frame. It has 32 gigs of internal storage with 1 gig of RAM and is water resistant up to 50 meters. The Galaxy Watch 5 has a 1.4-inch Super AMOLED display with a sapphire crystal front, aluminum frame, but only has 16 gigs of internal storage. But therefore, we have 1.5 gigs of RAM, and like the Apple Watch, it is water resistant up to 50 meters. The biggest difference right here is that I'm missing the always on display mode on the SE2, which we do get on the Galaxy Watch 5. Now, you can argue if it's a good or a bad thing, but the AOD mode does zap quite a lot of your battery life. But overall, both watches only last about 1 day. So you can technically say the Watch 5 is a little bit better since it also has the always on display mode. Enough of the specs, and let's check out some of the features and how they compare right here. I was not really surprised to find that the built-in GPS of the SE2 is way better than what we get with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5. Both lines aren't 100% accurate and still pretty wobbly inside of the city, but overall the SE2 is doing a way better job right here. Both watches are doing just fine when you're not surrounded by any tall buildings, but the Galaxy Watch 5 is just not as reliable as the SE2. Now, even though you get more sport modes on the Watch 5, the ones we have on the SE2 are also more than enough and will cover the need of most of us. So you don't have to be worried right here. The only plus I would give the Galaxy Watch 5 right here is that you can customize the workout displays, so you can not only set targets and goals for the display like on the SE2, but you can just change all of the display metrics and have your own custom workout display with only the metrics that you need for your workout. Not only do we have some differences over in the sports section, but also in the health region. Both watches have of course a 24/7 heart rate and a sleep tracker, but that's already the limit for the SE2. In addition to those two, the Galaxy Watch 5 also has an SpO2 tracker, stress tracker, ECG and blood pressure function, plus we get the body composition that we know from the previous watches. All that makes the Samsung Watch a way better watch when it comes down to the health tracking. Of course, there are also a lot of features that these two watches have in common, like the offline music that you get either via Spotify or Apple Music. You can respond to text messages either via the speak to dictate feature with emojis, or you can write your own text messages. You get an app store to download mini apps either from the Apple or Google Play Store, and you have a voice assistant. Over on the Apple Watch, it of course will be the Siri voice assistant, and over on the Galaxy Watch 5, it will either be Bixby or the Google Voice Assistant. Alright, back to the differences. As you can see, both watches have two physical buttons on the side. On the Apple Watch SE2, the upper one is rotatable and you can scroll through your notifications, zoom in and out of your app menu, or scroll through your workouts. And in addition, by long pressing it, it opens up your Siri voice assistant. The lower one will open up your docks, or long pressing it will open up the emergency functions. But these two buttons cannot be customized, whereas the buttons on the Galaxy Watch 5 are customizable, so you can connect them to any of your applications. They can open up your latest tabs or open up your voice assistant. Plus, navigating on this watch is a little bit different too. So you can either do the swiping motions like with basically every smartwatch, but you can also just use the haptic bezel to scroll through your messages and your apps. The biggest plus point I would give the Apple Watch SE2 is that even though we only have 1 gig of RAM instead of the 1.5 that we have on the Galaxy Watch 5, it does feel super smooth opening up apps, scrolling through messages, and everything works just without lagging. In the 1 week I've had this watch, it never stuttered or anything like that, whereas the Galaxy Watch 5 did have some problems every once in a while. I mean, those are not bad lags, but if you try to do multiple things at once or quickly in a row, the watch can get a little bit slow. So let's wrap up this right quick. The Apple Watch SE2 does a good job nailing the basics, and it is a good entry to the Apple smartwatch ecosystem. This one has a pretty large screen with a juicy Retina OLED display. It works very well for activity monitoring, but unfortunately it has no open display mode, not too many health features, with only the heart rate and the sleep tracker being your only options, and you have a rather large bezel around the screen. The Galaxy Watch 5 does have an always-on display mode. It has super many health tracking features, decent connectivity options, so you can connect this one basically to every smartphone besides iOS devices. Plus, if you're looking at the price, it is a little bit cheaper. And guys, that's all it for today. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel right now. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.